What's up, guys? So we are outside the Shopify New York store where it all started for me and now Gio. So I haven't been on YouTube for a while. Sorry for that. It's been probably a year, but we're back, and today's video is probably gonna be one of my best videos that I've ever made on this channel, honestly. So we have Gio right here, probably one of my top students that I've ever had. Now, he flew all the way from Canada to New York. Got him a first class flight out here, which is amazing. He's gonna be staying with me for about, 3-4 days, right? I don't know, we're just gonna have a good time, hang out, make money, do business. We're launching a few brands together as well. He's also working on launching one of his new brands. But in his first year of doing Shopify dropshipping, he did over $1 million, guys. His first year. Now, Gio came to me about a year and 2 months ago, completely broke, college dorm, right? And I'll let him tell his story a little bit later. But in literally a year, he was able to change his life with Shopify dropshipping. And he actually brought out his plaque. If you guys know, you know. So this is the plaque they give you when you get 10,000 plus orders. Now, he's done well over 10,000 plus orders. It's pretty crazy. It shows you guys the possibility with Shopify dropshipping. In this video, again, we're gonna be giving you guys value on how he's able to get that award, how his other brands are doing. We'll do live refresh checks, and we'll answer some questions that you guys asked me on my Instagram story. I told you guys to ask me and Gio questions. So we're gonna do our best to provide as much free value and game to you guys in this video. And I also got a new car that I haven't really posted on this channel yet. This is a G63, solid daily, nothing crazy. You guys know I had the Lamborghini, but I like this, big body. We're going to get RH, one of my favorite restaurants in New York City.
I've got the pleasure of speaking.
What's up, Jonathan? This is Aaron.
Hi, Aaron. How can I assist?
Jonathan, are you a real person?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was AI. I thought it was AI, man, dude. AI is pretty crazy nowadays. Furniture store? That's not like a regular furniture store. I think this is where I got my couch from. 5 bands for a couch. It's like ridiculous, bro. I honestly think they're dropshipping. They got it. Alright, guys, so we got all our food at RH. Me and my boy Gio. What'd you get, Gio?
Chicken and potatoes.
I got the filet. I always get the filet, bro. We're gonna dig in, and then we'll see you guys after we eat. You got a ticket. Guess it says no standing. Welcome to New York City, guys. Well, that's some expensive valet, boys, but it's well worth it. Park the baby right in front. All right, guys, so we are in the middle of New York City. We picked a random park, random bench, but I thought this would be a good scenery to just talk about Gio a little bit. It's cold as hell right now in New York, but we want to provide you guys as much value as possible. So I'm gonna ask Gio some questions. Obviously, Gio, introduce yourself, tell them your age, a little bit more about yourself. Kind of just introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, so obviously most of you guys won't know who I am, but my name is Gio. I'm 22 years old, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, just north of the border. Yeah, a few years ago I decided to go to university, play golf, and I was actually on scholarship. A lot of people don't know that about me, so it's actually kind of a fun fact. I played university golf. But yeah, I thought that's what I had in store for me, and then I just one day was bored as hell in my dorm room, scrolling through social media, saw this guy, and now here we are doing e-commerce in New York City. So
You've been doing what, e-com for about a year and 3 months now, right?
Yeah.
I know you have dashboards. I've seen them in person. You have something you want to pull up real quick to show them, like a little. I know you started a new brand as well for this video.
For this video.
And we're working on a few brands, which I'm excited about as well. Yeah. But obviously people want to see the proof, so just hold up 1 second.
So this is one dashboard here, the last 12 months. Obviously it's been dying off, but I'm gonna restart it soon. Had some ad problems for those of you guys that are in e-commerce and don't know about e-commerce, but keeping ad accounts live and active can sometimes be a little bit of an issue. So
it's a little bit of a headache. There's definitely perks and there's definitely downsides to e-commerce, but that's with any other business. But you guys just saw $500,000 in
like 10 months, something like
10
that.
months.
Yeah.
So, I mean, guys, the numbers, the proof's in the pudding. Talk about your e-commerce journey, because a lot of people, right, they start e-commerce, they fail, their second store fails, their third store fails. Your first store didn't succeed, right? When was your first winning store, winning product where you actually made money?
Crazy enough, my first store, you actually know what it was. It was like this slim body vest that you put on that kind of takes a bit of your...
Still a solid product.
Your fat away and kind of makes you look more slim. I actually ordered that product in. I made my own content with my roommates at the time, in my dorm room, and yeah, that one just didn't work. But then the next product, it was like a dog product. It was closer to Christmas time. It's like a clothing accessory for a dog. And that one I broke even,
So you got your first few sales on your
Yeah.
second store. How many months in was that? Was that second month?
Yeah,
right?
exactly. 2 months
Second
in.
month, yeah.
2 months in on that, and then like a month after is when I started my jewelry niche product store that I just showed you guys, and that one's been doing crazy.
I know. And that's the one that you have the Shopify platform.
That's
correct?
when I have the Shopify
Yeah.
platform. 10,000 orders. It's currently sitting at 27,000 orders. I'm hoping to scale that to.
You think you can get the 100K plaque this year?
I will, because now I know certain skills I didn't know when I first started. So I can definitely scale aggressively. Once I get that shit back up and rolling, 100%.
Your third store succeeded. That was the third store. That was
Right.
what? That was the third month.
Third month.
So it took you about 3 months to finally see an ROI on your investment, obviously with the coaching and obviously with e-commerce. You're in the top 0.01% of your age group. We talked about goals a little bit earlier. What are your goals? Tell people your goals.
So like when I started this, I didn't think that what I would be able to achieve right now was possible, right? But it's been a very eye-opening experience for me because there was maybe a little bit of self-doubt and limiting beliefs before, because I always knew that I would have like a bunch of crazy experience with life. I would be presented these opportunities. You know, I always knew like those things were gonna come, but I didn't necessarily think that it would like actually happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the back of my mind, I always knew it happened, but I didn't think it would actually happen. And it's now that it's actually happened, I really think that the sky's the limit. You know, like I was talking to you guys, I really think like one day I can hit $1 billion in sales a year. I really think it's possible because what I'm doing now, the only difference, I just need to scale higher.
That's all it is. Putting more money.
Learn
into
more
ads,
knowledge,
yeah.
spend more, meet new people. You know, like I really believe that the sky's the limit.
So you're telling me you went from someone who went into was in a college dorm, because I remember our call.
Yep.
Didn't believe in e-com, didn't think it was real. I mean, you had some belief, but you were, again, doubting it. Your last dollar you put into e-commerce pretty much, and now you have $1 billion dreams within a year.
Yep, swear to God.
Guys, if that doesn't motivate you, honestly, I don't know what type of content I can put out there to motivate you. But I like to do videos like this where I fly students out or fly other people out, because you guys have already seen my story. You guys have already seen how e-commerce has changed my life, right? Buy the cars, the cool things, the cool experiences, like all that's great. But one of the best things that I'm able to do in the position that I'm in is I'm able to impact other people's lives, like Gio and countless others, which is great. And I love to fly these people out and have them come on YouTube to show you guys that it's not just me. Like, it's not like I'm a lucky egg and a 1 out of a million. Like, this happens to normal people, regular people. Me and Gio, like, dude, we're not smart kids. Barely passed high school, right? Like, we're not extraordinarily smart, right? But we were able to figure it out because we had the right strategies and we knew what we were doing. Guys, if you're watching this video, 2025, I want you to answer this question. In 2025, what do you have to say to people that say dropshipping is saturated or dead? Because we all hear that shit.
Right. So I will agree with you that dropshipping itself, maybe from 2016, that model is dead.
Dead, 100%.
Right.
Changed over time, just like anything.
I was just gonna say, just like any other business in the world is dead from 2016, right? So you always have to adapt, right? Because there's always an updated version of something, and you just need to learn that, right? So I would say, like, is dropshipping the fulfillment method dead? No. But is the 2016 version of an AliExpress like store that you might think of dead? I would say so. But the actual fulfillment method itself in dropshipping is not dead. It makes people millionaires.
That's what you guys gotta understand. Dropshipping is not. I mean, it's essentially, it's kind of a business model, but it's just a fulfillment method. It's how you fulfill your orders. Dropshipping essentially is you make a sale without having to buy any inventory, and then once you make the sale, that's when you actually go ahead and buy the product and then send it to the customer. It's the smartest way to do business. If you're a business owner right now and you can apply dropshipping to your business, I would 1,000,000% do dropshipping, because why would you spend thousands of dollars on inventory that's just going to sit for months and months on end when you don't know when the fuck it's gonna sell, when you can just start a business with no inventory, just take all that money that you put into inventory, put it into ad spend like Gio and I did, and you can scale a brand within 30 days to 6 figures. 30 days. It's possible. Seen it happen right here, right? And countless other people. You see all these other people online talking about it. It's real. So hopefully it's able to open up your eyes, guys. Gio, again, I appreciate you hopping on. We're going to go ahead, hop back in the car because New York City is so cold. We're going to turn on those seat warmers, and then we're going to answer some questions that you guys have given me on my Instagram story highlights, and we'll go from there. We're back in the car warming up because it's freezing, but a ton of you guys asked so many questions for me and Gio just regarding e-commerce, business, life in general. So me and Gio are going to do a little segment we like to call Drive Around in a G-Wagon in New York City and and answer Instagram questions. Hopefully we can provide as much value as possible. We're gonna try to be, again, as transparent as possible for you guys. First question we got, Matt asked, at any time, Gio, did you feel like giving up or quitting? I know I definitely had those thoughts even after becoming successful. Did you ever feel like giving up, especially at the start before your first successful store?
Yeah, definitely. Of course. Like, obviously, nobody likes failing, right? And
Yeah.
then you start overthinking, like, damn, am I going to be able to do this? Am I fit for this? But I don't know. I've always been like, at the end of the day, I check back in to the roots and I'm like, okay, don't give up. You know, like
For
you
sure.
always say.
Yeah.
If you don't toss in the towel, you can never lose.
We see a lot of people come into the mentorship, into the program. Your first store didn't succeed, you know, and most people would quit after that. Is that really what allowed you to, like, all right, let's keep focusing, like second store, like third store? Like some people, it took them 20 stores before their first success. What are you saying to someone who's like, man, you know, I'm worried about, you know, failing. Like, what if my first store doesn't succeed? What if my second store doesn't succeed?
I
Like,
think that everybody's timeline is different, right? You know,
Yeah.
what may work for me may not work for you. So if I succeed in 3 months, 4 months, a year, that may not be the case for you, right? So at the end of the day, you just gotta believe in what you're doing, and you've gotta keep putting in the work day after day, and eventually you're gonna be rewarded. Whether that's a month from now, 3 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, you know?
Yeah.
Like, shit, dude, even if I hadn't seen success as early as that, I would still keep going, because eventually it's just gonna happen.
100%.
You know, so everyone's timeline is different.
Yeah, you guys got to understand, comparison is good, right, at some levels, but everyone's different. You know, some people, their first store does 50K their first month, like, for example, Andrew, right? But in Gio's case, it took him his third store, and that third store ended up netting him multiple six figures, right? So it's different for everyone, guys. You guys got to understand that. So don't get caught up on seeing like these stories online of, oh, you know, this guy made, you know, 200,000 his first 2 weeks, you know, because that doesn't happen for most people. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, it takes grind, and you know, that's just the way it has to be. So hopefully that was able to answer your question, Matt. Matt asked another question. What was your highest month in revenue and profit? I know the highest month profit because you ended up selling a brand for multiple six figures, but just in general, without selling the brand, what do you think your highest rev and profit was?
Revenue was like 240K.
240K.
And we're talking about just like Shopify store.
Okay.
Not like, this isn't like exit liquidity and stuff like that.
Yep.
This is just straight up like, okay, like
Sales.
Yeah.
D2C. Yeah.
So like 240K, and the profit on that was probably like 110, 120.
Damn, so your margins are really high.
Yeah.
In compare.
Yeah. Well, because
So-
my CPAs are really low.
Gotcha. Yeah, so a lot of people, right, with e-com, and they talk about low margins, right? Like, oh, you're only going to keep 20%. Gio was able to. Look at these guys. They're moving a fucking. Look at that. Moving
The Mona
whole,
Lisa.
whole mirror around here. But with Gio's case, like, his margins are super high, right? And you're able to do that because of the ad strategy that you apply, right?
Right.
So guys, your margins don't always have to be low. Like, yes, in some cases your margins can be 10, 20%, but there's ways for your margins to get it. I mean, your margins are damn near 40, 50%, you know, on that store, especially for that month. Now that we kind of got to that point where you talked about this is your highest month without exit, talk a little bit about the exit. I mean, you don't really have to say, I wouldn't say the exact figure.
I signed a bunch of stuff I can't really talk about.
Okay.
But I'll just say it was a six-figure exit. It was a brand that I started in a dorm room. So those two things together don't usually go hand for hand.
Crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Not only does he still have brands that are crushing it, he has a brand that he literally exited, signed a bunch of NDAs, paperwork that you
Yeah.
can't really talk about it, but hopefully one day, you know, you can talk more about that stuff. But
I wish I could talk more about it, but it's like, it's not.
that's
I
another
can't.
thing. I talk to a lot of people, bro. A lot of the money's made in the exit. You know, you can make a lot of money selling these brands. You know, like dropshipping is not a fake business. Like this is a real business that you can actually sell to investors. You know, so there's a lot of potential with this stuff, guys. More than just selling a $30 product, you can actually sell the entire business.
Like a branded appearance just goes a long way.
Dude, the opportunities are endless with this business model. But great question from Matt. Another question that we have. Another good question. How long did it take? I don't even know this question. The coaching program. How long did it take for you to like see your investment come back on the mentorship?
In terms of sales, like a month or two.
Okay, so a month or two from just straight Shopify.
Yeah, from Shopify.
So within 60 days.
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty quick, honestly. It's awesome. We'll get to some more advanced questions. Someone asked, what are the key things you look for in a winning product, and how do you find your niche? And I really like your product research strategy. You kind of took my strategy and made it your own, which is how everyone should do it. But talk a little bit about, I mean, I'll answer first, and then you can kind of go off me.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to like product research, guys, you need to find things that you would actually buy, you would actually give as a gift. Stay away from the gimmicky moon lamps, you know, the RGB lights, stuff like that. Like that stuff isn't gonna sell, isn't gonna work, right? That's really the key thing. And again, remember, guys, we're not pioneers here. We're not making our own product. We're not trying to be original. We're trying to sell what's actually selling. So if you see someone running ads consistently for a long time, they are making money. You want to sell what's already working. So those are really the big things. I'm trying to see what's already working, what's already selling in the market, and I'm just going to do it better. Better creatives, better lander, right? I'm just going to do everything better. But Gio, what do you have to say about, you know, like your winning product?
You nailed it, bro.
Pretty similar?
You nailed it, man. Like, you don't want to overcomplicate it. If you want to start a brand that's completely scratch, go for it. But if you want to see the fastest results quick, you're going to take a product, like you said, already doing well.
Yeah.
You're going to make it better. Maybe hire some UGC creators, or if you have a girlfriend or somebody that can make ads for you with that product, give it a different point of view or perspective of maybe how they're selling it, right? So those two things there, take a trending product, put your own spin on it, nail different viewpoints, you're gonna make money. It's that simple.
We're not finding this product in this lucky black box. Like, we're scrolling on TikTok.
Yeah.
We're scrolling on Facebook, right? On Instagram. Like, it's not like there's not just like some magic tool that we just pull up and there's just a bunch of winning product. Guys, most of that stuff is BS. If they're saying they're providing 10 winning products a week, brother, there's 300 other people looking at that same list. Those products are no good. No good. Stay away from stuff like that. You can literally find these products by creating a burner TikTok account, interacting with a bunch of dropshipping ads. The strategy has been around for years and years, 5 years plus, right? And you pretty much tell the algorithm, hey, I'm interested in seeing dropshipping products and, you know, e-commerce products, and your entire feed will literally become your product research tool. It's not rocket science.
Yeah, it's funny because one of my TikTok accounts, I told my girlfriend before I did it, obviously, I'm like, sorry, if you see me scrolling on social media and you see a bunch of half-naked women and all this and that, it's because one of my For You pages is algorithm based on like females, right? Because females like to spend money, and I like to personally target females.
Yeah.
Yeah. If any of you guys have a girlfriend out there, just maybe before you do the burner method, let them know why you're scrolling through social media looking at all these girls and stuff.
But guys, it's crazy how strong the algorithm is.
Yeah.
You like one video, your whole For You page is going to be that.
Exactly.
So the method's really strong. I mean, there's obviously other tools. You know, we got TikTok Creative Center, we have the Meta Ad Library, and there's a few other product research strategies, but I honestly have been sticking to the burner account method. It's been working really well for me. So hopefully that was able to answer your product research question. Another question that I honestly probably get, I want to say, every second of the day is, how much do I need to start? So, I mean, I tell people, look, when I started with $1,000 when I started dropshipping about 7-8 years ago. So that was a long time ago. But you guys can ask Gio. So Gio, after you paid for the coaching and paid for all of that stuff, how much money did you have left to start with dropshipping?
$200.
There you go, guys. You guys don't need millions of dollars to start this business.
And that was like $200 like that I didn't even really have. You know, I had to like transfer that from like.
I remember.
I don't even know how I got that shit, dude.
Guys, look, you don't need. I mean, obviously, the more money you have, the better position you're in. You know, like I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say, oh, you know, you have a better chance if you have less money. That's not the case, of course. But you can still figure it out. And even if you have $100-200 to your name, figure it out, dude. Your first test of ad campaign is $50. You're most likely not even gonna spend the full $50, right? Your Shopify subscription's $1, right? You don't even have to buy your product to sell it. There you go.
I was actually negative at one point.
Negative?
On my first brand. Yeah, I was negative.
Like negative in the bank account?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I have screenshots of overdraft.
Man, should I make that the YouTube thumbnail title? From overdraft to ecom millionaire? That's like, funny. Now we got another question. I think we both know the answer to this, but I guess for people watching, what is the hardest aspect of e-commerce? He said as a beginner, but we'll just say in general. Like, what do you think is the hardest aspect of dropshipping? I think it's between product and ads. Honestly, running ads, but
like specific, I would say it's just getting over the learning curve, right?
Yeah, I mean, once you do it once, you can do it twice, you can do it 3 times. It's really easy. You know, once you figure out how to do everything, you can just constantly do it over and over again.
I'd say media buying, actually.
Media buying is a little bit difficult. It's just a learning curve. That's all it is. You know, again, like at the end of the day, we're not super smart guys. We just learned it. That's all it takes.
Yeah, like for me, like numbers have never been a really strong suit of mine. So like learning these numbers were a little bit more difficult, but some people might grasp that. It's different for everyone, you know. Some people are better at editing creatives maybe than some people are better at graphic design for websites, you know, like.
Yeah.
But what I have noticed is that in e-commerce, everybody is better at one thing than one another, right? So like you might be better at website development over your creatives or media buying, you know, like there's always one thing that you're really good at.
Everyone has their own skills, you know,
Right.
so you're going to be better at one thing than the other, but you know, that's why you learn, and that's why you need experience as well, you know. So there's no really one size fits all answer for this, unfortunately, because it's going to be different for everyone. But look, every part has its challenges. I think if anything, I can tell you the answer for the easiest, which is building the website.
Yeah, that's the easiest.
That's going to be the easiest part. I think a lot of people stress about that. Guys, building a website, you throw Shrine theme on there, you know.
Right.
Boom, you just add a few things and you're done.
There's even YouTube tutorials on that. Like it's
crazy.
Yeah.
That's the easiest part. So if anything, I could tell you the easiest part, brother. The hardest part, that's really up to you. You may struggle with finding products. You may struggle with running ads. You know, it's different for everyone. All right, this is another question. What do you think about a general fashion store? Every niche works. You know, like there's not like just a specific niche that's the only one that works. Fashion definitely sells. That's for sure. You know, that does well. But again, like I said, you know, there's so many different products, so many different niches out there. Again, the way I figure out if a product's gonna work is I just test it. You just test it. So if you're not seeing success after testing it for another G-Wagon, damn, that G-Wagon has the rims, bro. I want those rims so bad.
But I like your chrome.
Do you like the chrome or the black?
No, I like the chrome, bro.
People have been hating on the chrome, I'm not gonna lie.
People hate on things they don't have. Remember that.
But to answer the fashion question, fashion is definitely a solid niche. Clothes do really well. Gio's had brands that have worked with clothes. I've had brands that worked with clothes. So yeah, 100%. But like I could answer that question for any niche and say the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, every niche out there works. You know, people are making millions of dollars selling rocks. I've seen e-com brands for rocks that generate millions of dollars. You know, so again, anything sells, anything works, right? You just have to have the right marketing strategy, right? You have to have the right plan in place. And that's why I think having a coach or a mentor or just doing your research or having a business partner is really important, because I don't think I'd be here today if I never had a mentor, if I never, you know, went ahead and, you know, invested money into learning and spent all my time on you. Like instead of watching Netflix, I spent all my time watching, you know, YouTubers like Jordan Welch and, you know, all these guys on YouTube. I mean, I'm sure you spent time watching it. I mean, if you're looking back a year and a half, would you think you'd be here right now if you didn't? Because I know you've had multiple mentors, but do you think you would have ever been here if you never got a mentor?
No, man. There's two. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
There's two ways I think about this, right? And they both are just equally as valuable depending on the situation you're in. Some people they're not financially able to invest in a mentor. They just can't do it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Then you go the free content way, you go figure it out on your own. But what you don't understand is that there's two ways. You're going to either spend a lot of money up front, failing and learning these things, or you take that same money and fast track it by investing into a mentor that's going to save you from making those mistakes, right? So me, it makes no sense to spend money to fail than to pay money to win.
I agree. I think, look, the money's going to be spent either or.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
You're either going to spend it on the mentor or you're going to spend it by testing it out yourself, you know, and making those mistakes that you could have avoided. So it's really your call at the end of the day. You know, there's a lot of great resources out there that are free, but the one thing I'll say about free resources is they are free for a reason.
Yeah.
That is, I'm sorry, like, you know, if you have the special sauce, you're not going to give the special sauce for free. I just think that's my opinion. I still think there is some really good value out there that you could, you know, apply, but
you're not going to get A to Z for free.
Unfortunately not. That's just the world we live in. That's just how the world works, you know, money wins. So Gone312 is asking, why is it so hard for people to believe the success is real off Shopify? In my opinion, bro, people's eyes just aren't opened up.
Bro, they're stuck in this one way of living. If people would just open their eyes a little bit and understand that there is more opportunity in life than what they're seeing. And I just think people aren't willing to get out of their comfort zone. That's it.
People want to know, like, obviously you went to college, you were in a dorm room.
Right.
Did you have like a 9 to 5? Like, what was
after high school, year before COVID happened, I told myself I wanted to take a gap year. So I took a gap year and I started worked at a lumberyard outside in the freezing cold, like 20 degrees colder than this. Pretty crazy. I don't know if they'll show it in the video, but there's like a video of me driving a forklift. 18 years old, just whipping around a forklift. Did that for a year, and then COVID happened. So I didn't go to school, kept working, more like 9 to 5, garbage jobs, you know, didn't like it.
Yeah.
And then I went off to school.
Your story gets crazier, bro. This is gonna be a hard title to make.
And then
It's gonna be lumberyard, dorm room, negative bank account to Shopify plaque, ecom million. Oh man, I'm gonna have to sit there and brainstorm for a little bit. But it's pretty crazy, bro.
It's not even like I'm like making this shit up or like trying to like feel sorry about my situation or anything. It's just literally how my life played out. Like, I don't know, man.
It's wild, man.
Yeah.
It's a good origin story. I never really had like a job, like, so because I started at 12 years old, so I never really had to like
You're a different breed.
experience that, you know. I started really young, so
Sure.
I mean, if anything, I was probably just upset with my life because I mean I was getting bullied in school and that's about it. But I don't really have like I came from like the middle class. Like my family wasn't poor, but we weren't, you know, rich. I'd say we're definitely lower to middle class. But yeah, dude, your story is still pretty fucking crazy to hear.
Everyone's story is awesome, bro. It's different for everyone.
But hopefully we were able to answer all your guys' questions. If you guys have any more questions that you guys want me or Gio to answer, go ahead and comment down in the comment section down below, and we'll go ahead and answer your questions there. Hey guys, so I didn't get the chance to do a formal outro, but I'm here back at the crib. Maybe once I like furnish everything, I'll do a proper apartment tour on YouTube. Let me know if you guys want that. We actually forgot to include a portion in the video. So Gio, specifically for this video, created an e-com brand, what, a day ago, right?
Yeah, before I flew here, I created it.
Okay.
Then I launched it the day I got here.
Okay, so he launched this brand 2 days ago now, and you can just show them.
Show them day one.
We don't even have to tell them. All right, so we'll show you day one, we'll show you day two, but this is just more of proof for you guys to show you the shit's really, really possible.
So this is yesterday.
All right, so that's day one. Gio, show them day two now.
We just go this today, same account, boom. And this is before we left for dinner, up the budget.
So we meant to show this in the video, but we honestly just forgot because we were showing so much stuff and we're just driving around. But guys, this is literally
while we were eating, made 1.1.
day two of a brand new brand. It's crazy, bro.
Look at this, bro. While we were eating, we went.
What
to
was it
dinner.
at, like 300 or something?
When we
left, it was at 300.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then, but when we went to eat just dinner right now, we got back, made 1.1K. What other job can you make 1.1K while you're eating food?
Possible, right? Guys, there's just simply no other business model in the world where you can accomplish that within 2 days. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want me to make more YouTube videos, let me know down in the comments. I haven't made a YouTube video like this in probably 2 years, I want to say. So it feels good to be back. A little bit different for me because I haven't been making content like this. But again, if you guys enjoy it, feel free to leave a comment down below, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.